Hello? Welcome back to another informative video for you all. And today we're diving deep into something super important: natural disasters. We're focusing on 5 US cities that face serious risks from Mother Nature. Think earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, the whole shebang. This isn't meant to freak anyone out, but rather give you the heads up so you can be ready for whatever comes your way. So grab a notebook, grab a pen, maybe grab a helmet, just kidding. Mostly. Let's get into it. First up, New Orleans, Louisiana. This city is iconic, vibrant, full of life, music, and incredible food. From the lively French Quarter to the soulful sounds of jazz echoing through the streets, New Orleans is a place like no other. But it's also a city that's been through a lot, particularly when it comes to hurricanes. The threat of these powerful storms is a constant presence. Remember Katrina? That's the elephant in the room, and we'll talk about it, but it's not the whole story. The city has faced numerous storms before and after Katrina, each leaving its mark. New Orleans is basically a bowl, much of it sitting below sea level. This unique topography makes it particularly susceptible to flooding. So when the Gulf of Mexico gets angry, New Orleans feels it. The city is at the mercy of the elements, with the Gulf storms often bringing heavy rains and strong winds. The city is surrounded by water, Lake Pontchartrain, the Mississippi River, and the Gulf, making it incredibly vulnerable to flooding. This geographical setup creates a perfect storm scenario during extreme weather events. And it's not just hurricanes. Severe storms can also wreak havoc. Severe storms can dump insane amounts of rain, overwhelming the city's drainage systems. The infrastructure struggles to cope with the deluge, leading to widespread flooding. Hurricane Katrina in 2005 was a devastating wake-up call. The city was brought to its knees, and the world watched in horror. The levees failed, the city flooded, and thousands of lives were impacted. The disaster highlighted the vulnerabilities in the city's flood defenses. The city has rebuilt, stronger than before, but the scars remain, and the lessons learned are invaluable. The resilience of the people and the community's spirit have been key in the recovery process. So, what can you do if you live in New Orleans or are planning to visit? Have an evacuation plan. Know your evacuation route. Have a go bag ready. Stock up on supplies. Preparation is crucial in the face of potential disasters. Seriously, don't mess around with this stuff. Being prepared can save lives. It can be the difference between life and death. Evacuations are not to be taken lightly. The city has invested heavily in improving its flood defenses, but the risk is always there. New levees and flood walls have been constructed, but nature is unpredictable. It's a constant battle against the elements. The people of New Orleans are always on alert, ready to face whatever comes their way. But the spirit of New Orleans is resilient. The community comes together in times of crisis, showing strength and unity. It's a city that knows how to bounce back, how to rebuild, how to persevere. The determination to recover and thrive is evident in every corner of the city. So if you're in New Orleans, stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe. Remember, knowledge is power. Being aware and ready can make all the difference in the face of nature's fury. Next up, we're heading west to Los Angeles, California, a city known for its vibrant culture and iconic landmarks. The City of Angels, the land of sunshine, movie stars, and earthquakes. Yes, earthquakes are a significant part of life here. Yeah, the ground shakes here. A lot. It's a reminder of the powerful forces beneath our feet. Los Angeles sits right on the San Andreas Fault, one of the most active fault lines in the world. This fault line stretches about 800 miles through California. So, earthquakes are a real and present danger. The aftermath can be devastating, affecting infrastructure and lives. Small tremors are common, but the big one is always looming. Scientists constantly monitor seismic activity to predict and prepare for potential quakes. But earthquakes aren't the only threat. The region faces multiple natural challenges. Southern California is dry, prone to droughts and wildfires. The arid conditions make the landscape a tinderbox. And when those Santa Ana winds kick up, things can get out of control fast. These winds can turn a small spark into a raging inferno. We've seen devastating wildfires rip through communities, destroying homes and displacing families. The impact is both immediate and long-lasting. So, living in LA means being prepared for a whole different set of natural disasters. It's about readiness and resilience. Earthquake kits, emergency supplies, evacuation plans. These are essential. Every household should have a plan in place. You need to know what to do when the ground starts shaking, where to go, how to stay safe. Regular drills can make a big difference. The dry climate and the Santa Ana winds create the perfect conditions for wildfires. It's a combination that demands vigilance. And with so much development pushing into wildland areas, the risk is only increasing. Urban expansion into these areas makes them more vulnerable. So, what can you do? Create defensible space around your home. This means clearing vegetation and creating barriers to slow down fires. Clear brush, trim trees, remove anything flammable. Have a go bag ready. Know your evacuation route. Preparation can save lives. Stay informed about fire danger levels. Awareness is key to staying safe. Living in LA means living with a certain level of risk, but it also means being part of a community that understands these risks. But it also means being part of a community that's resilient, resourceful, and prepared. Communities come together to rebuild and support each other. So, if you're in LA, be prepared. Have a plan, know your resources, and stay connected with your community. Next up, Miami hurricanes, flooding, and rising seas. Alright, let's head down to Miami, Florida. Sunshine, beaches, nightlife, and hurricanes. Miami is another city that's right in the crosshairs when it comes to hurricanes, and with climate change and rising sea levels, the risks are only getting worse. Miami is a coastal city, built on low-lying land, so when a hurricane hits, storm surge can be devastating. Water levels rise rapidly, flooding streets, homes, and businesses. It's a serious threat, and it's not just hurricanes. Heavy rainfall can also cause flooding, even without a major storm. The city's drainage systems can get overwhelmed, leading to widespread flooding. But the biggest long-term threat to Miami is rising sea levels. As the oceans warm and glaciers melt, sea levels are creeping up, putting Miami at increasing risk of permanent inundation. So, what can you do if you live in Miami? Have a hurricane plan. Know your evacuation route. Stock up on supplies. Elevate your home if possible. Consider flood insurance. Hurricane season is a fact of life in Miami. It's something you learn to live with, but it's also something you need to take seriously. Preparation is key. So, if you're in Miami, be aware of the risks. Stay informed. Next up, Oklahoma City tornadoes and severe weather in Tornado Alley. Now, let's head inland to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This city sits smack dab in the middle of what's known as Tornado Alley. So as you might guess, tornadoes are a big deal here. Spring and summer are prime tornado season in Oklahoma City. The warm, moist air from the Gulf of Mexico clashes with the cold, dry air from the north, creating the perfect conditions for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. Tornadoes can be incredibly destructive. They can pack winds of over 300 miles per hour, ripping apart homes, businesses, and entire communities. They're a force of nature you don't want to mess with. But it's not just tornadoes. Oklahoma City also gets its fair share of severe thunderstorms, hailstorms, and even the occasional ice storm. So, being prepared for all kinds of severe weather is essential. Have a tornado safety plan. Know where to take shelter. Have a weather radio. Stay informed about severe weather watches and warnings. Tornado sirens are a common sound in Oklahoma City. When you hear them, take cover immediately. Go to your basement or a storm cellar or an interior room on the lowest level of your home. Up next, San Francisco. Earthquakes and wildfires on the edge of the Pacific. Finally, let's head back to the west coast to San Francisco, California, a city that is as beautiful as it is vulnerable. This iconic city, known for its Golden Gate Bridge, its cable cars, and its hilly streets, is also located in earthquake country. The charm of San Francisco is undeniable, but so is the risk that comes with living here. Just like Los Angeles, San Francisco sits near the San Andreas Fault and several other active fault lines. These geological features make the area particularly susceptible to seismic activity, so earthquakes are a major concern. The ground beneath San Francisco is constantly shifting, and the threat of a significant quake is ever present. The 1906 earthquake and fire devastated the city, reducing much of it to rubble. The 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake was a stark reminder of the ongoing risk, causing significant damage and loss of life. But it's not just earthquakes that pose a threat to San Francisco. San Francisco, like much of California, is also prone to wildfires. These fires can be just as destructive and deadly as earthquakes. The dry, hot summers create ideal conditions for wildfires to ignite and spread rapidly. The combination of high temperatures, low humidity, and strong winds can turn a small spark into a raging inferno. And with so much development in and around wildland areas, the risk is significant. Homes and businesses built near forests and grasslands are particularly vulnerable. So, living in San Francisco means being prepared for both earthquakes and wildfires. It's a dual threat that requires constant vigilance and readiness. It means having an emergency plan, stocking up on supplies, and knowing what to do when disaster strikes. Preparation can make all the difference in a crisis. Earthquake preparedness is crucial in San Francisco. Knowing how to protect yourself during a quake can save lives. Have an earthquake kit ready with water, food, first aid supplies, and other essentials. This kit should be easily accessible and regularly updated. Know where to take cover during an earthquake. The safest places are usually under sturdy furniture or against an interior wall, and practice your earthquake drills. Regular practice ensures that everyone knows what to do when the ground starts shaking. Wildfire preparedness is also essential. Creating a defensible space around your home can help protect it from encroaching flames. Create defensible space around your home by clearing brush and removing flammable materials. This can slow the spread of fire and give firefighters a better chance to save your property. Have a go bag ready in case you need to evacuate quickly. This bag should include essentials like clothing, medications, important documents, and other necessities. And stay informed about fire danger levels. Pay attention to weather reports and fire warnings to stay ahead of potential threats. Stay safe, stay informed, stay prepared. So there you have it, 5 U.S. cities facing some serious natural disaster risks. Remember, this isn't about scaring you, it's about empowering you. Knowledge is power, and being prepared can make all the difference. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more informative content, and leave a comment below sharing your own experiences or tips for disaster preparedness. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.